Hey everyone, or maybe it's just me. Let's see. Okay, it looks like I'm live. I've never done this before. So I just want to welcome you. And like I said, even if it's just one person watching a replay, here I am. I won't be able to monitor the chat because one, I'm just doing this for the first time. So I'm looking at my notes as I go through this because this is super important. I'm doing this as something new. You'll see me with my glasses so I could read my notes. And I'm doing it because something just needs to be said out loud. And it has to do with FEMA. And I'm nervous. So this isn't produced like my normal videos. And I just want to share all that with you so I'm completely transparent. So I hope you'll stick with me to the end or watch the replay later because this is important. So what's happening? What's going on with FEMA? The director, Cameron Hamilton, was fired this past Thursday, yesterday, actually, May 8th. And he got fired because he opposed Trump's proposal to slash $644 million from FEMA's budget for grant programs. And they have a replacement already, David Richardson, a former Marine with almost no disaster management. And he literally said he's going to run over FEMA staff who resist this change. That's the tone now. This is not about politics. This is about mainly the red states who are going to get affected, but all of us are going to get affected. So the tone now is not collaboration. FEMA should not be a political issue. It should be a non-partisan issue. It is about people, not politics. This isn't about force or showing your strength. This is ridiculous. So here are the cuts. Trump proposed his budget, proposed 2026 budget, slashing $163 billion from non-defense spending, FEMA's included. That's a 23% cut from 2025's enacted levels. That's a big deal as climate change disasters are on the uptick. So hurricane season is upon us. I'm in California, so fire season is upon us. You know, honestly, California, it will probably get by. It's going to be tough, but the red states in particular, it could wipe out towns. This is going to hurt real people. And for what? So the bigger strategy is to weaken disaster relief, privatize the risk, and then push for more tax breaks for the rich. This should piss you off. So they've already shut down the BRIC program, and I don't know if you know what that stands for. I didn't have to look it up. Building resilient infrastructure and communities. And they're returning all that money from 2020 to 2023 to the Treasury. That's no joke. They're canceling future protection and undoing all the past commitments that they already had. So it's like, you know, somebody gave you something and now is taking it back. Nobody's prepared for this. Even if, look, FEMA probably had to be restructured. There probably needed to be things that had to be fixed. And that is something to look into, but not like this. You don't promise somebody something and then take it back without any kind of opportunity to restructure and fix it. And by the way, the whole point of our government is to assist the entire country. So operationally, FEMA's done with the door-to-door support after disasters. That was one of the big things that if you were in a disaster, you know, you might not be in a position, you might be hurt. You're not in a position to go find FEMA or find who's going to help you. But from now on, if you want help, you've got to go find them. That's the new disaster response model that they're proposing. This is urgent. So red states are hit the hardest. Texas alone has received $18.6 billion in FEMA aid since 2017. Louisiana relies on FEMA and HUD funding for over 6% of its entire state budget. These aren't blue states. These are the backbone red states that Trump-friendly voters are in. And yet, here we are, gutting the one agency that shows up when the storms literally hit. So here's a real story. I want to kind of humanize this, and just one example of millions and millions and millions. But in 2017, Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, and a grandmother named Rosalie Jefferson lost everything. She was raising her grandkids all alone, and after only 72 hours, FEMA was able to help her relocate to emergency housing. There were no debates. There were no tribal politics. No one asked her who she voted for. Just help. Help came. And that's what's on the line right now. I don't know if you watch the news when these things happen or if you're the one involved in it. But there are people, when their flooding happens, that are standing on the roofs and there's helicopters. And these are all FEMA coordinated responses. This is being cut. This is real. So again, it's not about being left or right. This is about being human. Gutting FEMA does not make our country stronger. It does not make us freer. It just makes us more vulnerable, especially those who are already living on the edge. And with the economy going the way it is, it's only getting worse. So I don't want to be doomsday. That's not what I'm about. That's not what my channel is about. It's about hope and what you can do in empowerment. I don't care if you are Democrat, Republican, Independent, or didn't vote at all. Contact your representatives. Tell them FEMA is not optional. Share your story if you have one, or if you know someone who's been helped by FEMA and you have that story to share. Say it, post it, send it to me. I'm going to leave a link once this video renders, and there'll be a description. I'll leave a link where you can privately get a hold of me and share your story. If you'd like, I'd love to talk to you. And if you're willing, I'd love to put you on camera. Download my free democracy toolkit, which includes actions like how to get a hold of your representatives, to write the letters, to do things that show you care. And it's just all put together for no burnout, making it easy. I just want to put everything in one little spot so that you can do something to empower yourself and to make changes. So I'll leave you with this. This FEMA cut is part of a strategy. It's part of the whole flooding the zone with chaos. You know, we have tariffs, gutting the Department of Education, Medicaid, Social Security, Veterans Affairs, and all the other things that I'm not even thinking of right now because they're flooding the zone so much. All these things are critical, but they were put together, and we're doing all of this in the first 100, and now it's 100 and few extra days, to distract us so that we can't possibly chase all these things, but we can because we're stronger and we have more numbers. But the administration is distracting us so they can have an economic power grab. We can't let this happen, not in our America. So, okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Even if no one showed up live today, I needed to say this. If you caught the replay, thank you. But please share, like, or drop a comment. Let's keep this conversation going. And if you're from a red state, I'd especially love to hear from you because disasters don't discriminate, and neither should we. So thanks for being here today. Ciao for now. I'm Lorena, by the way, and nice to meet you. And